want to show you how you can etch designs onto glassware, just like I did here. This is a logo for a band, and they wanted me to etch the design on some glassware. I cut the logo out of permanent vinyl, and I had this yellow, bright yellow vinyl sitting around. I think I got it in a sampler pack. And I decided to use that because I'm just not a fan of bright neon colors. So, because this vinyl is going to get placed onto these glasses and then just thrown away, I figured it was a good excuse. I'm also going to be using my pin pen, and I use that to pick out the little tiny pieces of the design. So you can see when I'm doing this, I'm actually peeling out the design, and I'm going to leave the main portion of the vinyl connected together. This is kind of the opposite of what we normally think of when we're weeding, and that's because I'm going to use the vinyl as a stencil. And when I place it on the glass, you'll see that it covers the main portion of the one side of the glass, and that's going to protect it from the etching cream. There are a lot of tiny pieces for me to pick out, as you can see here. So I'm going to just jump ahead in the video to where I'm actually placing it on the glassware. So now that I have everything weeded, I can get ready to apply these to the glassware. One thing I do want to point out before I even started this whole project, I wiped down all my glassware with rubbing alcohol. This helps to clean the surface and prepare it better for this project. I would do this with any vinyl or etching or really anything where you're using glassware. You want to have a nice clean surface and get rid of all the fingerprints and smudges that could be on it. So it's clean and ready for accepting whatever you're going to apply to it. Now I have to transfer this whole thing onto my glassware. So first I'm going to take some transfer tape. If you do not have transfer tape, I have found that clear contact paper works really good in a pinch. So I'm just going to place that over my design, smooth it down, and then I like to burnish it a little bit, both front and back side. That really helps the transfer tape to stick well. Now the biggest part is getting that to separate from the backing. So I'm just going to try to get the corner started here. There we go. Now peel the backing away, and you can see the whole design is right there and cut out and on the transfer tape. You can also see that I set 2 rolls of painter's tape on either side of my glassware. This is helping to keep it from rolling all over the table while I'm positioning things. So now I'm just going to smooth it down and make sure that there's no air bubbles, especially right where the design is. If I get a bubble way off in the edge over here or off to the back, like there's a little bubble I see right there, since it's not in the design, it doesn't really matter. So peel off the transfer tape, and actually I can use that piece of tape again and again. Smooth out things, get rid of, like that bubble isn't going to affect the design. If it was down in the design, that would be a problem. All right, so we want everything to be nice and smooth where we're going to be applying the etching cream. And now I'm going to use the Armor Etch etching cream, and it does say to shake it up a little bit, and then I'm using a foam brush, and I'm going to apply it really thickly. So I watched a couple other people doing videos. One said to apply it thin and keep motion going and like constantly brushing. Another one said apply it thick and just let it sit. So I actually did one glass each way to kind of show you both options. And honestly, I think the one where I applied it thick worked better. Now right here, I am kind of working it in because there's a lot of tiny pieces of this design. So I'm working it into all of those pieces, but then I'm coming back and just kind of slopping it on, making sure it's thick. And then I am going to let this sit for the full 3 minutes. I believe the jar says 1 to 3 minutes. And I wanted to make sure that I left it on long enough, especially for those tiny, tiny areas. So once 3 minutes have passed by, I'm going to take this whole thing to my laundry tub and wash all of it off because I want to do that in a place that I don't have to worry about getting this cream anywhere. And then I will come back and show you how it looks. After washing off the etching cream and removing the vinyl, you can see it left a really nice design. Now, remember I said I tried it both ways, the glopping on heavy and then the thin coat but moving it around. This one here is the thin coat and move it around, and I can kind of see the brush marks. The one to the right is where I slopped it on thick. And that's the one I think turned out better, where I just slopped it on thick and let it sit for 3 full minutes before I rinsed it off. Before you go, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. I love to hear from you.